If you go onto YouTube and you type in day in the life of a mom, you will find a ton of videos of moms sharing what it's like raising little kids or being pregnant or a combination of the two. But what a lot of them don't talk about is the behind the scenes of what it's really like vlogging for YouTube as a mom. I've been vlogging and sharing my journey of being a stay-at-home mom for about 2.5 years now. And vlogging is definitely not what I thought it was going to be like when I first started out. So if you're curious to know what vlogging is like as a mom, either because you're looking to start your own YouTube channel or because you're just interested in knowing what it's really like, then stick around because I'm gonna give you a peek behind the curtain of vlogging as a mom. So the first thing I didn't really realize until after I started vlogging is that vlogging days can be very overwhelming. There's just a lot that goes into it. You have to figure out your content, what's gonna be in your vlog for that day, have an idea of what you're going to talk about or vlog about. But that's also really challenging because as a mom, like, things get thrown at you that you had no idea that were coming. And so that can be a little bit challenging, but I usually try to have even just like a very vague idea of how my day is going to go, the things I need to get done, that I have an idea of what's gonna be in my vlog, and that can take a little bit of work to plan out depending on how in-depth I'm going. Then there's also like during the day, I'm figuring out the different shots I want to have, trying to keep it from being too repetitive, trying to catch certain moments if there's something that's going on that day that I really want to film, making sure I have the camera there. And there's just a lot that goes into it, making sure the lighting is okay and adjusting my settings if I need to. Vlogging days, there's a lot that goes on that I had no idea about when I first started. And a lot of that is because I've learned a lot over the past few years of vlogging. I've learned a lot about how to shoot a good vlog. My vlogs at the beginning were nowhere near as good as they are now. And of course, I'm still learning and my vlogs are still improving and they still have a long ways to go, but they're definitely better than they used to be. But the more I learn, the more I try to improve my vlogs, of course, the more work that has to go into them. Another thing I never really thought about when I first started vlogging is that it makes it a lot harder on vlogging days to be present. So if my kids are having a little moment, it can be hard for me to just be there and just enjoy it and soak it up. Instead, I'm like, oh, it's vlogging day. Where's the camera? I need to be filming this. And that can kind of steal away from it a little bit. Vlogging days, it feels like it's more about vlogging than just being present. Though, of course, there are certain things like where I will put the camera down. Like if my child is having a tantrum or really needs my attention or just having an emotional time, I will put the camera down. I will not film that. I don't feel like that is necessary. I don't feel like it really benefits anyone, and it certainly doesn't benefit my child. But just in those sweet moments, it can be a little harder for me to just be present and just enjoy it because I feel like I have to have the camera because it's vlogging day and I need to have content for it and I want to add stuff that'll really make people smile. Something that comes hand in hand with vlogging is that there are going to be people who will criticize you and how you raise your kids and how you do things. This is something I knew about when I started vlogging. Definitely, if you're going to start a vlogging channel and you're going to let people into your life to see how you raise your family and how you do things, there are going to be people who will criticize you, who will tell you you're doing it wrong, that you should not be doing it the way you are. But on the flip side, there will also be people who will encourage you. I know I have had some really sweet messages from subscribers, and that really uplifts me and it really encourages me. So you will have a bit of both, but you have to accept the fact that you are going to get criticized. That's just something that happens when you put your life out for people. I think the biggest thing that I didn't really realize about vlogging and vlogging as a mom, just like my life is so busy as a stay-at-home mom. I've got my kids and I'm trying to entertain, and house I'm trying to keep clean, and cooking meals, and like there's just so much that goes on in my day. And then now I've also got filming, which one of the differences between vlogging and a sit-down video like this is that a vlog, I'm sharing my day. I'm going about my day and filming it. Whereas one of these videos, it is something I have to make time for in my day. Currently, my 2 kids are napping so that there is less noise. I don't have babies playing with my camera equipment. There's some noise upstairs, but vlogging in that sense is a little bit easier because I don't have to come up with the idea for the video and I don't have to find time in the day to film. I'm just filming as I go. But it still is a lot of work. Finding the different shots, the different angles I want to have. I like to kind of switch up my shots a bit more. So instead of having the camera still through a whole thing that I'm doing, I'll move the camera around a bit, and that takes time. And then there's also the editing. I've never actually timed it, but I usually do it over a couple of days. So my kids nap for about an hour and a half, 2 hours on average, and usually I will spend the majority of that time editing. And that's over a couple of days. So editing a vlog usually takes me a few hours. On a guesstimate, I'd say it probably takes me, well, depending on the length of the vlog. If it's like 20 minutes, then it's probably closer to like 5 to 6 hours maybe to edit. But if it's a shorter vlog, then maybe closer to like 4 hours. But it really all depends on the vlog and on how much footage I have that I have to cut out. There's also adding music, fixing my audio, doing color correction. There's a lot that goes into editing a vlog. That being said, I do really enjoy editing vlogs. I really enjoy like taking the day, all the footage I have throughout the day, and making like a story from it and adding those little points of interest, zooming in, zooming out, or like focusing on something, adding music to really enhance what's happening. I really enjoy putting it together, but it is a lot of work. And since I'm a mom, I can't just say, okay, today is editing day, I'm gonna spend the whole day editing. That's not how it works for me, especially since I'm still a very small channel. I still have all the responsibilities of entertaining my kids, watching them. I can't afford to outsource anything. So that means that I really have to be very intentional with my time. Being intentional with my time is something that is really important as a mom, because someone who does not have kids and YouTube is their full-time job, they can pick any day, any time to do whatever they need to do for their channel. Whereas for me, I've still got all my mom responsibilities. I'm a stay-at-home mom, so watching my kids, entertaining them, taking care of them is what I do full time. It's more like trying to squeeze YouTube and vlogging into that, which can be really challenging some days. So that usually means that I'm editing in the afternoons when my kids nap. I'll take advantage of evenings if I need to. Sometimes if I'm falling behind, I'll even get up early in the mornings. It's just really trying to use my time well. If the kids are awake, then I'll try to, entertain them. If they're playing happily, I'll try to get some other house stuff done so that later in the day, I don't have to deal with that and I can get video stuff done. It's definitely a different story doing vlogging or even just YouTube in general as a stay-at-home mom compared to someone who does not have kids, because yeah, your time it's not all your own. You can't just decide when and how you're gonna vlog and edit and film these types of videos. It really depends on when your kids do not need your attention, when they're not gonna be making noise in the background for your videos. That's just a brief overview of what it's been like for me being a full-time mom and also vlogging for YouTube. It really is a lot more work than I initially thought it would be, but it's also something that I really love. I love that I have all these memories now that I can go back and watch. I can see my kids when they were just tiny little babies and all the different milestones that they've reached. And that's just something that's really, really special. It's like having a visual diary. That was one of the main reasons I wanted to start vlogging, is just to have all these memories of my kids that I can look back on. And I've also learned so much because of it. I've learned so much about filming and editing and lighting and using editing software, using a camera. I've learned so much through it, and it's been so much fun for me. So I hope you found this video helpful and you enjoyed it, whether you're looking into vlogging as a mom or you're simply curious. Give this video a thumbs up and also hit that subscribe button if you're interested in seeing more behind the scenes of what it's like being a mom and also running a small YouTube channel. I'm hoping to share more videos like this with you guys. If you're interested in that, be sure and stay tuned, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.